Good morning. How is everybody doing? Hmm. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay, wonderful. Wonderful. How is everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. How is everybody's week going? Good, good. Are you working hard, Sarah? How are you doing, Miss Terry Time? Mother Teresa, y'all doing good? Doing good? Wonderful, wonderful. Good morning, SM. How are you doing? How are you doing? Everybody got some coffee? Great. Enjoying them puppies. They are beautiful. They're beautiful. You are the hardest woman, Sarah. I mean, the rest of us don't have jobs. So we need someone out there working. We need someone else out there working. I'm fantastic. I've found my people. Okay, well, I don't know what people those are, Miss Terry, but I'm glad you found them. I know you've been hunting for a certain someone this week. So, gosh help them. That's all I have to say about that. Gosh help them. So, we had Memorial Day on Monday. So, um, thank you for all the fallen servicemen for our freedom. So we can get on the YouTubes and act a fool. But most importantly, so we can just do all the things that we do that we take for granted. We're allowed to worship, um, whatever religion we choose. MTT says, I won't be here long. My battery is going to go on me soon. I'm not home, currently sitting outside my bestie's new house waiting on her. Well, congratulations on your bestie's new house. That is a big, big deal. One of my good friends, we've been friends since we were in our 20s. She is a brand new Gigi. She had her first grandbaby yesterday, and I am so excited for her. So, if you happen to listen to this, Gigi, congratulations on that new grandbaby. I am so, so excited. Good morning, Spirit Kitty. Good morning. I hope you have you a cup of coffee ready or whatever the drink of your choice is. So, um, good morning. Uh, yeah, so I think, because we've always lived in America in a free society, and if you've never traveled anywhere else, you brought her a porch sign for a housewarming gift. Well, I bet it's beautiful. Can you take a picture and post it on IG? Because yours turned out beautiful. I'm telling you, you really inspire me with your crafts. You really inspire me, MTT. I mean, I really haven't. I haven't gotten into the whole crocheting thing, although my husband has been very supportive and has bought all the things on Amazon that you have suggested. I really do want to make a porch sign because everyone has a porch sign for every season down here. Yes, babies are so exciting, and that means I get to make every time someone has a baby, I love to make baskets with just all kinds of random baby stuff in it, and it's the same one that you made. Wonderful. Is it the same color blue? I love that blue. Love that teal blue. Identical. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Um, so yeah, every time someone has a baby, I love usually as soon as I find out that someone's having a baby, I start collecting baby stuff. So whenever I see something on clearance or just something that I like, I'll grab it, put it in the closet, hopefully not somewhere where I'll lose it. Does anybody else do that? Do you buy stuff and then put it up and then forget where you put it? Yeah, so then by the time they have the baby or they have the baby shower, like I have my gift and then I just have to get like a nice wicker basket or, some kind of storage basket thing. Speaking of baskets, I never got my Easter basket, damn it. Well, do you have a PO box? Spirit Kitty says she hides stuff from herself all the time. Yes, yes. Well, Sarah, if you have a PO box or if you feel comfortable, um, queenofohara@gmail.com. Feel free to send me your email and no telling what you'll get. No telling what you'll get in the mail. I did not turn off my notifications, so um, y'all can hear my phone go off this whole time. How about that? How you like them apples? Uh, and I'll just randomly be talking about what's going on in the mod chat, even though I have no mods. So y'all don't start going crazy because in case I didn't say it, everything said on this channel is my opinion. Please do your own research. Everything is alleged. I don't control the chat. Everything that people put is their own opinions. Everyone here is responsible for their own opinions, behaviors, and actions. Wait, what? I am just going to put my address here to be safe. Yeah, just go ahead and put your address in the chat to be safe. I think the new motto should be go ahead and dox yourself before they can dox you. So just go ahead and yeah, just go ahead and do yourself before they can do you. Yeah, yeah. I just sent the nudes to the mod chat, by the way. Yeah, yeah. Are now make sure that those are the nudes that you had trademarked and copywritten. Is it copywritten? Copywritten, right? Is that the correct term? Uh tense. Spirit Kitty says she's at 123 Fake Street, Anytown, USA. If y'all would like to send her a pizza for lunch. So, and I believe Spirit Kitty is in Canada. So, yeah. Hey, Colby. I believe this is your first time to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up, the bell, all the things. I promise you, it is free. It will not cost you a thing. I will not trace your IP address. And I will not let Sarah dox you or um, send out your nudes unless you send them directly to Sarah. Okay? Unless you send them directly to Sarah. Okay? And if you do have Sarah's nudes, they're copywritten. So if you send them out, I believe you have to pay the fine, which is $1 million if you send out people's copywritten nudes. So, what would y'all like to talk about first? Would y'all like to talk about bullshit or serious stuff? Kobita is my baby girl. Well, that's just because you want her to name her unborn child after you, Sarah. I'm on to your game. I'm on to your game. Yeah. So I have a couple of ideas of things to discuss here here midday coffee chat. I don't know. This is kind of showing my age, but did anyone else hear last week that the Andrew Fletcher, the keyboard player and founding member of Depeche Mode, passed away last week? Sarah says that is true. However, she has already made it clear that she is not going to, and I still love her. Well, that's very, very sweet of you, Sarah. Although there is still time. There is still time. Still time for her to change her mind. I think we should I think she should let YouTube decide. what to name her baby, what to name baby Kobe. That's just my opinion. Or like maybe perhaps the highest bidder gets to name the baby. Speaking of babies, since nobody is going to say whether or not they want to talk about serious stuff or bullshit, well, that's a good segue into the bullshit. So, when you don't like where you're living or your community, as the word is used around here, um, you start looking for a new place to live, right? And so you like may drive around other neighborhoods, right? So I've been cruising other neighborhoods. So, when you go into other YouTube streets, you don't really know what's going on, right? Like, could you just imagine someone like everybody that's in here? Obviously, we're in the same chats, we know each other. But for the people that may watch the replay, that know me from other places, and people that actually know me from real life that don't know me from the YouTube drama. Um, like when you go into different chats that you've never been in before, it's kind of confusing because you don't know who people are. Um, Spirit Kitty says no, love Depeche Mode, their song "People Are People," so why should it be you and I should get along so awfully? That's YouTube. Yes, Spirit Kitty. Okay. So, um, jumping jumping back to the Depeche Mode thing. So, my favorite Depeche Mode song is "Walking in My Shoes." Okay, and I just wanted to read a little bit of the "Walking in My Shoes" lyrics because I too felt it was a little bit appropriate. Just for YouTube and a little bit of what's been going on in the world. So it says, I would tell you about the things they put me through, the pain I've been subject to, but the Lord Himself would blush. The countless feasts laid at my feet, forbidden fruits for me to eat, but I think your pulse would start to rush. Now, I'm not looking for absolution, forgiveness for the things I do, but before you come to any conclusions, try walking in my shoes. You'll stumble in my footsteps, keep the same appointments I kept if you try walking in my shoes. Morality would frown upon you, decency look down upon, the scapegoat's fate's made of me, but I promise now, my judge and jurors, my intentions couldn't have been pure. My case is easy to see. You know, we all have stuff, right? We all have stuff. And the only difference is that some of us get on here and tell all of our stuff, right? Some people, YouTube creators, reality stars, celebrities, right? We just seen it with Johnny and Amber. Get on here and rather they mean to, or rather it's by their choice or not by their choice, every dirty part of their life is revealed. And then, of course, it's judged because that's human nature, right? Even if by nature you're not a judgmental person, I mean it's just human nature to judge. Good morning, Sassy Susie. Good morning. We are talking about the founding member and keyboard player Andrew Fletcher of Depeche Mode passed. So we were kind of discussing our favorite Depeche Mode song. And we were just talking about how we all have stuff And the difference is that YouTube creators, reality stars, celebrities, like, their worst moments are often revealed. So, when their worst moments are revealed, I'm judging right now. Yes, exactly. So, their worst moments are revealed. Okay, so let me go back. So, why do we as a society, or I'll tell you this, me, why do I watch reality TV? Okay, so when I was a single mom and I used to watch, there was a certain night, an intervention and hoarders would come on like back to back. And no matter how bad of a week I was having and how I felt like I was failing as a single parent and was struggling to, do all the things and, y'all know I'm kidding, right? "Well, are you sassy Susie? Are you sober this morning? Are you are you sober? Are you still hungover?" I'm just kidding, Susie, I'm just kidding. But no matter how bad my life was, I could watch Hoarders and I could watch Intervention, and I could be like, "You know what? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay." Because I may have a pile of papers in the corner of my dining room and, I may be struggling drinking too much coffee, but, who wants to be sober? Not me. Don't wanna be. Um, but I'm okay because I'm not as bad as them on TV on Hoarders and Intervention, right? And it made me feel better about my life, and I could go on another week. So that, I feel like that's why we like to observe other people, right? We like to watch other people and in some way I think it makes us feel better about what we have going on in some way. And then also, I think we're just intrigued, right? We're intrigued, like, how could they, be doing this? And then, like, for me, I'm a fixer. So, like, I want to tell them what to do to fix their life, right? Like, you need to be doing this. And, why doesn't they do this? And why didn't they just leave? And, whatever. And then, so well, that's why they have spell check. I can't spell anything, and then they're letting me homeschool, like, what the hell? Uh, so, yeah, right, 600-pound live, 1,000-pound sister, and I'll sit there and watch those shows and be like, I can eat a little snack, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. This extra 10 pounds, extra 20 pounds, hey, it's okay. We watch those shows because it makes us feel better about our life, right? But what if somebody yes, but what if somebody filmed you on the worst day of your life? Or not even the worst day of your life, but think about what was the worst day you had this week. And I'll just let you know, I'm not having a good week. I'm not. Not having a good week. I can't imagine how anyone in America is having a good week. But I know we have to compartmentalize, you have to put things aside to move on with your life or whatever. But just as a country and a society, I feel like we're struggling. Family wise, I have issues going on and I feel like we're struggling. And as a mother, I take that on and I feel like, I have all the guilt. I carry guilt. It's what mothers do. The show makes you want to eat. Yeah, because they're eating stuff. And then you get ideas and you're like, oh, they're making cake. And, I feel like that when I watch the Food Network. So, Um, but yeah, but we watch that stuff because and then we start judging, right? So, but when you don't like you don't like the neighborhood you're living in, you start looking for a new place to live, right? So I've been cruising the YouTube streets because I'm just like, I'm getting tired of hearing the same thing and hearing people criticize the same people. And I'm like, maybe it's different in different places, right? Well, it's not. It's not. They're just literally criticizing different people in different communities. I had no idea. So, but the funny thing is that people that don't get on YouTube, um, or yeah, people that don't get on YouTube, you can't explain to them, "Oh, yeah, it's okay," but, it's like everybody has their stuff going on, right? And if you had a film crew filming you on your worst day, and you had everyone watching that, what would people say? I mean, I can tell you what people would say about me. They would be like, "She is a damn lunatic." Um, which, I mean, I'm sure people already say that about me, but, um, yeah, I was literally on my front porch on the telephone screaming and hollering and cussing, one of my baby daddies this week. Like, I didn't have any sense in the world. Um, so I am sure my neighbors enjoyed that. My nice, sweet neighbor that brought me hostas to plant. Um, you know, she was walking to her car and just acted like she didn't see that. Yeah, but my husband comes in and he's like, "What happened on the YouTube streets?" And I just like try to give him like the 60-second rundown, and it sounds crazy. It, like, absolutely sounds crazy to other people. And when you, like, say it out loud, it sounds crazy. But when you sit and listen to it all day, um, it becomes kind of your reality, right? I mean, when you're sitting, like, you don't realize, like, this is craziness. This is craziness, right? And I thought, like, "Hey, the YouTube is better than listening to the news, right?" And then now I'm like, I'm not so sure. So I went back, to watching the news, and then I was like, "Well, maybe I should try to, like, go into some different communities. Go into some different communities, see what's going on there." Um, it's crazy too. It is yes, we become desensitized. We become desensitized, and I will give you an example. So my husband is starting to go to bed last night, and he says, "Are you gonna get on YouTube for a little while?" And I was like, I don't think so." And he's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "No drama on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh no, there's plenty of drama." And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Same old stuff." And I was like, "No." I was like, "There's new stuff this week." And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Do I even wanna know?" And I was like, "Eh." I was like, "Well," I was like I was like, "I'll just give you this." I was like, "There was a funeral and some flowers," and I was like, "Let's just leave it at that." And I swear to God, and he was like, "I'm not trying to be disrespectful." He said, but in all honesty, he was like, "Did this person really die?" That was my husband's first response. "Did this person really die?" Spirit Kitty says, "When you inside, you don't see it, but outside looking in is different, like being in a bad relationship you can't get out of." Exactly, exactly. And so I told my husband, I said, "Yes, this person really did pass." I said, "But that's the only thing we know for sure." I said, "That's the only thing we know for sure." And I said, "I just don't want to get into anything else. I said, because you just wouldn't even believe it. I said, but honestly, that's like the only thing we know for sure. And I don't really even want to discuss that situation because gosh knows it's been discussed over and over again more than it should on 5011 stations. But um so you hear bits and parts of like other communities and stuff, and so um like a Boss Hog and his wife, I guess she's not Miss Boss Hog, but she refers to herself as Hoggette. And I briefly heard like they were expecting a baby, and then all of a sudden there's not a baby. And so I've like watched a few of their videos. Okay. So the other night, Hoggette, and I don't even feel right using these names because they're kind of hilarious, and I feel like it's a little degrading to call a woman a Hoggette. But um Hoggette, Miss Hogg, if you will, comes on there, and she comes on to apologize, I suppose, with no explanation about where this baby went. And she says she apologizes, but I'm going to give no explanation. And then someone asks, very respectfully, well, was there ever a baby? And she says, yes, there was a baby. And they said, well, where did the baby go? What happened to the baby? And she says, I'm not going to answer that. Oh, okay. And then they go on to say, well, what about the money that was given, donations that you received for the baby? Will you be returning those? And she said, we didn't collect any money for the baby. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, from my understanding, they were like a pretty, thriving channel, and she was pretty far along. Like I thought like there was actually like a delivery of the baby, and like nobody sent anything, because I'm pretty sure like I heard some people pretty upset because they had, I don't know, allegedly donated. And like I said, I don't follow these people on a regular. Like I'm just popping in and out here, just trying to piece it together. But yeah, I was just like, okay, they're, because like I had popped in, and I guess the Mr. Hog, or I'm sorry, Boss Hog, had said that he thought the baby was at her mom's house. And I don't know. I just have so many questions. So many questions. And that's why it makes it hard to turn it off. It makes it hard to turn it off because you're just like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? You thought your girlfriend was pregnant. She had the baby, but she didn't come home with the baby. But you didn't ask any questions. But she thought you thought she left the hospital and sent the baby. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So then you have, I guess, all these YouTubers that started up because of the Summer Wells case. And you're like, and I guess that community is referred to as the CRAMA community, crime and drama, right? Um, so been going dabbling in a little, in a few of their streams. Um, and they do the same thing we do. Like they're literally people streaming, except for they actually show the streams. They're not just listening, but they're people watching somebody play other people's streams and then commentating on it. And it's like the same thing that's going on in our community, which by the way, we're no longer like the 90-day love after lockup community. It's no longer the JY community. Let's just go ahead and rename ourselves the anti-GB community, because I really believe that's what this is turning into. This is just the anti-GB community. Because the only people that really talk about the shows is Sassy. And I guess John Yates talks about them sometimes. I mean, I never watched John Yates. I knew like briefly who he was, but the only person, I mean, doing content is Susie. And it just proves that people don't want content, because Susie has been doing content for a long time and she just recently got monetized. Susie, how long have you had your channel, honey? If you don't mind me asking. S shows com. What is SSC equals S show com? I don't know what that means, Spirit Kitty. I'm slow. Explain that to me. 9 months. Okay. Ish show community. Yeah. Congrats, Susie. Yeah, congrats, Susie. Because I mean, it's like, it's hard to do content. It's easy to come on here and just like do what I'm doing, just like give you your opinion, talk about, whatever. People want drama and BS. I see the analytics. Exactly. Exactly. And it's like when I started my channel, I did content. I covered Seeking Sister Wives and Extreme Sisters. And, I watched the shows and I covered the shows religiously. And my channel did nothing. And I got very discouraged. And I had someone tell me when I started my channel, who actually was not very encouraging and did not want me to start my channel, who was another creator, that drama sells, and that if I wasn't going to get in the drama and argue and fight with people and be, part of the underbelly, if you will, that I wasn't going to succeed. And they were right. They were absolutely right. Um, but that's okay, because this is a hobby for me. I wasn't doing it to try to get monetized or to make money. It was a hobby. It is a hobby. And next month, when Seeking Sister Wife comes back on, I probably will cover it, because that's a show that I like and that I'll watch. I'm currently not watching any shows, so I'm not covering them. But even when I do random chat, my numbers aren't huge. It's because others know I don't like talking about others in a negative way. Exactly. Exactly, Susie. Exactly. And then it's like I keep hearing us and them, us and them. Well, I don't want to be part of us and them, because I don't feel like I fall into any certain group. I'm not, like, I'm friendly with people, but I don't feel like I go into a lot of places, and I don't really feel like I belong anywhere, so I don't wanna be part of us and them, you know? I just wanna go where I wanna go, and I'm not co-signing, and I hate that word. I refuse to sell my soul to the devil. Exactly. And I refuse to be part of us and them, because I don't agree with anybody 100% of the time. I don't agree with anybody probably 90% of the time. I'm just there for entertainment. Just there for entertainment. And then now it's like, if you say something that doesn't agree with the narrative of the room, of the chat, of whoever, whatever they're spinning that day, then you must be one of them. people want drama and it sucks. Exactly. And, I want a little bit of drama, but I want to be entertained and I want to be informed and I want to maybe learn something too. Want to learn something, you know, but don't think other people necessarily want that. And that's okay. That's okay. But, that's why I wanted to go out there and I want to see what else is out there in the YouTube world because it's big. And so, I was like, I'm going to look because when you don't like where you're living, you look around. You drive around, you look for other communities, right? But I was just so surprised at how many other people are doing the same thing. They're watching other people and like it's commentating on them, but basically just critiquing what they do. There's this girl called Foodie Beauty, I guess. And then there's like this whole community that just watches her videos and then commentates on her life and what she's doing and her videos and stuff like that. There's this whole community that I was watching last night, and apparently they're all drug users because these two ladies were comparing who had the most teeth. And the one lady had just lost a tooth, and the other woman was saying, well, you made fun of me when I lost my tooth, and I'm older than you. And, so haha on that. And I have to admit that was pretty entertaining. That was pretty entertaining. But the thing is it's kind of sad because that's real life. And teeth are really important. And these people are losing their teeth because of drug issues. But every now and then I get it, but it gets old. Yeah, it gets old. And it's just like at some point I'm like, is my mind maybe turning to mush? And then it's like, these people are sitting on here and they're complaining about what other people are doing and they shouldn't be doing this and it's this person's fault and da 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 da. But then it like kind of, I have to wonder, but are any of these people like really doing anything to make the world better? And I'm not saying like you have to go out and tell everybody what you're doing to make the world better. And I don't think that. I don't think people have to post. Yes, I do. I think teeth are important too. I think teeth are very important. I stress over my children's teeth. I have it's just yes, teeth are very important. Um because and I know that sounds very superficial, but I just believe it's a first impression thing. It's a first impression thing. It's like having tattoos on your face. And I know tattoos are way more accepted now in society than they once were, but you never know where you're going to go in life or you're going to end up in life. And you don't want that to stop an opportunity for you, even though technically someone shouldn't discriminate against you because you're missing teeth or you have a face tattoo. But I'm sorry, as human nature, we're judgmental people, right? Whether we want to admit it or not. We are. I am. I admit it. I am judgmental. I'm judgmental. And if you weren't a judgmental person, you wouldn't enjoy watching other people, right? If you weren't judgmental, you wouldn't enjoy watching other people because you enjoy watching other people because you like to judge them. And I'm part of that. I like watching other people because I get joy in judging them. And it's not really my place. It's not really my place to judge them. Sorry, I've missed a lot. I'm here though. Yes, we are all judgmental in some ways. Yes. Yes. And that's okay. That's human. It's human nature. But like, when does it become a problem? When does it become a problem that we're judgmental? And when do we decide, like, okay, we've judged this person enough? Like, we might be pushing them over the edge. And that was actually 45 minutes in, that was actually my point um, of the of the stream. So I was watching the news yesterday. Might have been ABC. And it was a group of parents. And unfortunately, this group of parents were together because they had all lost their college athlete children to suicide. So they all had up and coming college athletes. I try to be nice, but damn it. You do try to be nice, Sarah. You do. And you are like one of the nicer people in the chat. And I do like, and I think a lot of us are there just to have a good time and just to chat with each other and socialize and, have a good time. These parents were together to speak on their children that were college athletes who had all committed suicide. So I was a little surprised to learn, not really, but suicide is the second leading cause of death in college students. Did everybody know that? Accidental death is the first cause. So just take a second to think about that. Accidental death and then suicide for our college age kids. So you're sending your kids away to college and yes. So these weren't kids that, were struggling, were failing out, had drug issues, any of that. These were like, star kids, athletes, no red flags. Came from good families, played sports. One of the girls was, yes, very high for military and first responders. So it got me thinking. I mean, of course, I'm always thinking, but it got me thinking. So May was Mental Health Awareness Month, which today is June 1st. We definitely have a mental health problem in this country. And me and Susie were talking about this one night on her channel. The shooting in Texas definitely showcased that. And, every time there's a school shooting, it starts the whole, debate on gun control, school safety, different things. And I agree, all those things are important. They are. But I feel, in my opinion, that we have a mental health crisis in this country. we have a mental health crisis for the young people, um, for our adults, right? Um, the adults with the mental health issues are the ones raising the kids. We have a problem getting services. There are not enough providers. Um, it's a really it's a huge huge problem with lots of different facets. If you stop and just think about it for a minute, and there are 21, 22 families in Texas that have the rest of their lives to think about it. I mean, what can we do as a society to stop this? You know, do we make mental health more of a priority? You know, at one point, sex ed wasn't taught in school. And then they made that integrated into part of the educations, right? So, you know, I know there's a little bit of self awareness, emotional regulation. They have the guidance counselors go in the classroom now and talk to the students. I guess it depends on the school how often, and give little lessons to the kids about different things. But what can we do as a society to start reaching out to our kids really young, to start letting them know that it's okay to talk about their mental health? Um, and then, like, you know, when do we as adults pass it on that it's okay to talk about mental health? If our kids are sick and have strep throat or cancer or something like that, we don't have an issue sharing that. But if our children have mental health issues, behavioral problems, learning disabilities, um, it's, you know, it's still hard to share that. It would be helpful. It would be helpful. But then, you know, like, who would be in control? Who would decide what people got birth control? You know, who would be on that judge and jury? And now they are making abortions illegal and the majority of the states. So even the people that realize they messed up and they shouldn't be parents are being forced to have children. People that were raped or got pregnant because of incest are being forced to have those children, because something that was decided on years ago, Roe versus Wade, is being taken away from them. And that's a whole other topic, Sarah. Don't even get me started on women's rights. But, you know, these are things that I feel like we need to be discussing as women, as a society. These are things that if we put our minds together and our voices together, that we can make a difference. We're not going to make a difference in some people's lives. You know, when multiple people have tried to talk to someone and have tried ask them to get help and have, you know, offered to help them and different things, they have to decide they want help themselves. There's nothing else we can do for them. At some point, we have to use our energy for something bigger. It makes me so upset to think that they're taking women's rights away because they don't know the situation. People get pregnant on birth control. Things happen. Do people realize that um, if you take antibiotics, it can lessen, um, your birth control? And a lot of times people don't read the sticker. The pharmacist doesn't tell you that you need to be using a backup form of birth control if you're taking antibiotics and you're taking oral birth control. A lot of times, if you're breastfeeding, they give you a lower dose of birth control and you can still get pregnant. Or if you stop breastfeeding, um, that lower dose of birth control doesn't work anymore. I mean, there's just so many, things happen. Birth control works if you use it correctly most of the time. But there's a lot of issues going on in society, and I did come on here to get on a soapbox, but I just feel like at some point we might be doing more harm than we are good. It might be more than just defending ourselves or standing up for a cause. You know, we wouldn't want to be the cause of pushing someone over the edge. They were also talking on the same news special about I love Broadway musicals. There's a musical called Dear Evan Hansen, and I guess it was turned into a movie. Although when I was reading this morning, there was a horrible review in Time magazine for the movie. But Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway, and they actually got with the Child Mind Institute, which I follow, and it's about teenagers that have social anxiety. And if you're a parent and you don't follow the Child Mind Institute, I highly recommend it. They have a lot of really interesting articles. If you if you have kids, teenagers, it's helpful. It's really hard raising kids in this day and age because they are presented with problems that we didn't have as kids. And so we don't always have the answers. We don't. But hopefully together, hopefully together we can surround our kids and give them the tools they need to become successful adults. I don't ever want my kids to see me putting something out on the internet that I would be ashamed of them seeing. I don't want them to watch my videos because I cuss and I use bad words. Um, obviously, but uh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. At this point I'm just rambling. I've been really really upset about what happened in Texas, and it just really got me thinking. And then the boys' parents have made statements, and their statements were just a little unnerving. And the parents had sent the boy to go live with the grandparents, and it just got me. And then I've seen interviews with the friends, and I just feel like there's a lot of kids in that situation in America. And it's like, at what point does it click? Or, at what point do they snap and decide, I'm going to do that? And not only am I going to take my own life, I'm going to take others with me. And what can we do as a society to stop that? Because it's happening way too much. And it might be something as simple as stopping what we do in our daily life. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. And yeah. So if you've made it to the end of this, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah, for staying with me. Um, if you need to talk to someone, or someone that needs to talk to someone, please, there's the number scrolling at the bottom, like the signs in neighborhoods that say drive like your kids live here. YouTube should say video like your kid or family is watching. Thank you, Spirit Kitty. Thank you. And creators who think that their kids are not watching, I don't believe that. Your kids know you have a YouTube channel. Your kids get on there and look and see what you're doing, just like you get on, or you should get on there and look and see what your kids are doing. Okay? They do. Your kids know what you're doing. Your kids stalk you just like you should be stalking your kids, you know? And if you're not stalking your kids, you should. Like I tell my kids, it's my responsibility to know what you're doing. They don't like it. Oh well, I must be doing something right. But the number to text is at the bottom of the line, or at the bottom of the screen. The National Suicide Prevention number is 800-273-8255. Yes, kids work the internet better than adults. They absolutely do. Yeah, they do. Even kids that can't read work the internet better than adults. So, I don't know. It's like, just, you never know what somebody's going through. You may have a friend that you think is the strongest friend out of your friend group. You think they are always hanging tough. They never need anything. Call and check on that friend. The tough people need help too. Um, they Everybody likes a, "Hey, how are you doing? Hey, everything going okay?" If you have a kid in your life, a friend's kid, a niece, a nephew, a neighbor kid, sometimes kids, it's easier for them to talk to somebody that's not their parent. Let them know that you're a safe place. Like, "Hey, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. I know your mom might not understand, but I understand. I was a kid once." Because you might be that ear that kid needs, you might be that shoulder that kid needs to lean on. You never know. You never know what difference you can make in a kid's life. You don't. My whole motto is remember, do something nice for yourself and do something nice for someone else. Uh, you never know what little gesture you can make in life that could have made someone's whole day. You never know. You never know what they're going back home to. Uh, it always amazed me when I would volunteer at my boys' schools, how many kids would run up and hug me. And I thought that was so weird. Little kids are loving and stuff, but I just thought that was odd. Um, but then it occurred to me those kids are probably not getting hugs at home. They're very receptive to people that are nice because I was somebody that was warm and loving and was giving them attention and was smiling and, that was there to, play with them and, whatever. And so they obviously weren't getting that or needed more of that. And I'm not saying that all kids that do that aren't getting that at home because some kids just can't get enough attention. Some kids want to always be the center of attention, you know. Um, but it just you never know. You never know what difference you could be. You never know when you're out and you smile and say hello to a person. You may be the only contact that person has all day. They may be going home to no one. So, you may be the only person they speak to all day. If you have an elderly person in your family, call them. I know it may not be your favorite thing to do, but you may be the only person they talk to. If you have an elderly neighbor, take them something and be like, "Oh, I made too much." If you really think about it, you can do something nice that's not going to cost you money or, really, really go out of your way. It's really the little things, and once you start doing it, it makes you feel so good, and then it's just like you start becoming so much more grateful for the stuff that you have, and, it really does. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, but I'm just so worried about, um, about what's going on, and I don't want to be the cause of someone feeling bad. So, I don't know. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I know this probably wasn't a very happy stream. On a up note, yesterday was penny day. I didn't find any pennies. Didn't find any pennies at all. But I will keep on with the penny updates. You should definitely stalk your kids. Yes, and I do. I didn't find any pennies yesterday at the Dollar General, but I will keep on with the penny updates if y'all are interested. I did have a few people message me after my videos last week about the pennies. So, yeah, I will. I'll keep the penny updates going. If you haven't, download the Dollar General app on your phone. And yeah, so I'm probably going to start doing some videos about that. As expensive as everything is getting, let's try to save some money. Let's buy stuff when it's on sale, not when we need it. So let's not wait until we run out of stuff. Let's go ahead and buy it when it's on sale. And if I have someone to tell me that stuff's on sale and to show me exactly, um, yeah, I did see the dollar. What dollar? What are you talking about, Spirit Kitty? What's the penny? Um, if I have someone to show me exactly what to do, I can do it. But I'm not good at chasing the deals. like finding them, but I have found places that show you exactly what to do, and I'm going to share those with you. Okay, so Spirit Kitty. The penny deals happen on Tuesday at Dollar General. They have certain items that penny out. So check out my short videos from last week, and those are the items that I got for a penny. So they'll come at the dollar store you posted. Yes, Dollar General. A list comes out every week of the items that are going to penny. Okay. So I will start doing a video on Sunday or Monday and letting you know what items are going to penny. And miles may vary. So they may not be penny. They may not penny at your store. Um, I did find some of the items that were on the list this week. They did not penny at my store. The items for this week were Cliff Bars, Clover Valley Pop Tarts, 3 different flavors, a couple of different kinds of oatmeal, a, um, the family size Apple Jacks cereal, things like that. So I can share with you in detail what they were. But I didn't find any at my store that were a penny. But yes, I found 38 penny items last week that I posted. So also posted what I did just with the dollar store digital coupons. So yeah. Um, so if you have a Dollar General in your area, make sure you download the Dollar General app. They do have charcoal on sale this week for $5 a bag. That's a really good deal. It's a really big bag of charcoal. So I'm gonna start doing Dollar General videos, and yeah. So if you haven't checked out my short videos on the Dollar General, check those out. Download the app. Um, and yeah, we're gonna start saving some money, y'all. Let's start saving some money because other stuff is way too high. And we need to save money for some fun days at sea or vacation or whatever y'all got going on. So y'all have a great day, and remember, do something nice for yourself and do something nice for someone else. Y'all have a great day.